Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to get with everybody today. I just wanted to go down a list of some of the things that Barack Obama's been doing since he's been in office. Some of the things that really bothered me, and so I'm just going to go down the list. One thing we're talking about doing is, the health care reform. They're not actually looking to solve any of the problems, like the fact that the health care insurance is too expensive for most people. The health care bill that they're pushing through now is just a wish list of every progressive liberal that is in the government. These are all things that they've been wanting for years. They've been fighting for this for years. And they'll even tell you, oh, we've been fighting for years. And the reason why you haven't gotten it is because the American people don't want it. They don't want government in control of their health care. They don't want government in control of every aspect of their life, and that's simple. They don't want abortions paid for. They don't want by the government. They don't want illegal immigrants to have the ability to take advantage of our welfare system and our healthcare system. It's just common sense is what it is, people. Okay? We need to push back on all of this stuff. Cap and trade, which is coming pretty soon. They're going to vote on it. It's sitting in the Senate right now. I think it's pretty much stalled. But cap and trade is basically part of this global warming deal. And I guess the Americans' bill, the bill for the American taxpayer for their carbon debt is $145 trillion. That's the climate debt the United States owes to the world, according to these scientists who have made up global warming, who have completely duped the world into believing that the global warming or climate change is man-made, when we all know we're not that powerful. And they know it too. It's all about fleecing this country and taking control. People say it's about money. It's not really about money. But yeah, $145 trillion is a lot of money, but it's not only about that. It's about taking control of the people. Do you think that the American people are going to give up $145 trillion willingly? No. This is all about stripping your rights, taking your rights away from you, giving the right of a non-elected government to tax you, to redistribute your wealth however they choose to do it. That's what this is all about. It's about control. In Copenhagen, in December, they're going to create a newly formed world government. And this world government is going to regulate the countries of the world's energy, which ultimately will mean they're in control of our economy. Because if you control energy, you control this economy. I mean, everybody knows that. It's pretty much basic common sense. So they're trying to take control through this. And the next thing I wanted to talk about was political correctness. These progressive liberals have shoved political correctness down our throat. And what political correctness is a Marxist tactic. I'm sorry. It's a socialist Marxist tactic to stop the conversation, to make it so that if they don't want to talk about something, they don't have to. They just deem it politically incorrect, and then they don't have to talk about it anymore. And like, what's his name? The Fort Hood terrorist is what he is. Extremist is what he is. Hassan. This guy, they won't call him an extremist. They won't call him a terrorist. They won't call him any of this because guess what? He's a Muslim. So in our politically correct society, we can't call, a spade, a terrorist, an extremist, an extremist. We must make excuses for this man. So that's what they're doing with him. Yet the 3 Navy SEALs that ended up punching a terrorist in the mouth during his apprehension, they're going to go on trial. They're going to go on a court-martial, which is technically a military tribunal. When, speaking of military tribunal, then they've got Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, who was the mastermind behind killing 3,000 American soldiers, and we all know he wanted to do a lot more than that, and he knew about plots to do other things. We waterboarded him. Now he's going to get all the rights of an American citizen in New York City. And you know, the whole deal is to put the CIA and the U.S. government on trial in the world. And can you see what this means? Listen, the climate change is going to give power over this country. Basically, Obama's going to give our sovereignty to a newly formed world government that we're not going to have control over. He's going to give that to them, okay? Through this cap and trade bill. And then our taxes are going to go up tremendously. All of our energy bills are going to go up upwards of 30 to 40%. Those are their numbers, so you know it's going to be more. Healthcare. They said they want to get universal health care for everybody to keep the prices down, when actually the prices of health care coverage, insurance coverage, will go up. And everybody knows that. And it's a boondoggle for the insurance companies. For one, the insurance companies no longer, well, they still will not have to compete with each other over state lines. And the government is going to force people to get insurance. So now, what's going to happen? The insurance companies are going to get more customers. I mean, it's a boondoggle for the insurance companies. I can't believe that the far left is not seeing any of this, and they're backing this guy 100%. Barack Obama uses Saul Alinski's rules for radicals, which basically is a pragmatic primer for realistic radicals. And in this book, it says that they want to take the wealth from the haves and give it to the have-nots. But Barack Obama has used this and has duped his people into believing that he's for the poor, but he isn't. He's for fleecing this country and giving it to the uber elites in the world. And that's what they're doing. I mean, with this climate change deal, it gives power and $145 trillion of taxpayer money to elitists, okay? People who have lied to you about global warming. You know, the science, the debate is over, remember? And then they're going to tax the American people more through this healthcare deal. This is fleecing America. Between cap and trade and healthcare, geez, man, are we going to have any money left? No. It's about taking all of your wealth. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is going to put the CIA and the military on trial, which is going to give evidence to a world court, which is the UN, all the evidence it's going to need to convict the United States of war crimes and atrocities. You understand that? That means that they will have legal right to sanction this country. And what do you think Barack Obama's going to say? Well, you know, we made our bed. We got a law in it that you know. I say right there to any world government telling us anything. Fort Hood, they're not going to call the guy a terrorist. Police in Cambridge are stupid, though. You know, don't jump to conclusion on Hassan being a terrorist. You know, we need to get all the facts, but you know, the Cambridge police are stupid. You know, they acted stupidly. You know, and then he takes over GM, gives it to his UN, gives it to his union people. Takes over GM. The unions are the ones that destroy GM, and then they turn around and give it to GM. And which is the healthcare plan is a way of bailing out the unions of all their their entitlements that they promise their employees that they don't intend on ever doing because they can't afford it. So the United States government, you the taxpayer, are going to pay for that now. And bank takeovers. Now they're inside the banks, which is funny. Everybody's okay with them getting inside the banks because we gave them money, right? Well, only 2 of those banks needed money. The other, I don't know, was it 6? Other 6 or 7 were forced to take the money. Do you see what I'm saying? They were forced to take the money, and now they have no choice in letting the government in. Even if they paid the money back, the government can still go in because we gave them money. Do you see what I'm saying? This government is reaching too far. This government is becoming totalitarian. The signs are on the wall. It's time to read them. I mean, push back and take your country back from these crazy left-wing progressives.